How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Gianluca and I'm a second year medical student studying in Canada. Now here on the channel, my videos are all about tracking my own progression through my medical training, but then also hopefully providing some helpful and current information for students that are also considering a career in medicine. Now on that note, it is finally time for me to make the video on the 5 highest paid medical specialties here in Canada. Now I say finally because truthfully, I've been putting off making this video for quite some time now, and the reason being is because quite frankly, many doctors do not like talking about how much money they make. Now, if you're like me and you didn't actually know anyone who was a doctor or in medicine until you got to medical school, then there's a good chance that you just lived your entire life hearing about how rich all of these doctors are. But on the other hand, if you're also like me, then you've also shown up to medical school only to have all of your friends here tell you that you should definitely stay away from family medicine because you're going to be living paycheck to paycheck for the rest of your life, because that's one of the stereotypes associated with it. Now, don't get me wrong, guys, I get it. Nobody without an investing YouTube channel likes talking about how much money they make. And I'm totally joking, by the way, Graham. Big fan of your channel. But at the same time, I also think that information like this does need to be communicated more readily to the next generation of medical students so that they can make a more informed decision about the huge financial investment that is going to medical school. So, in the interest of communicating some information to the next generation of students, we are going to go ahead and kick off the list with number 5 of the highest paid medical specialties here in Canada, anesthesiology. Now, quick side note, not only am I not an anesthesiologist, but I'm not a doctor yet at all. I'm just a student, which means that all of the information that we're going to be talking about here today has come directly from a recent Canadian Medical Association survey that was nationwide, looking at a whole bunch of different physicians. Now, as it turns out, they found that anesthesiologists on average billed for about $450,000 per year. They also found that they were working for around 62.5 hours per week, which means that on average, after you do some math and factor in a little bit of time for vacation, you end up with an anesthesiologist that looks to bill about $150 per hour of their services. Now, $450,000 is a big, sexy number. That's a lot of money, but also just keep in mind that the stats that we're going to be talking about here today are more than a little bit deceptive, specifically because of a phenomenon known as the rule of thirds. Now, the rule of thirds phenomenon is basically there to explain why there is a big difference between the amount of money that you bill per year as a physician versus the amount of money that you end up taking home. It basically states that on average across all of the different specialties, the amount of money that you take home is equal to 1/3 of the amount of money that you end up billing for. The other 1/3 goes to taxes, and then the final 1/3 goes towards overhead charges that are not included in the overall billings when physicians report their salaries. As a quick example, if there was a family doctor, let's say, that billed for a hypothetical amount of $300,000 per year, the rule of thirds says that approximately 1/3 of the overall billing would have to go to the costs of hiring people to work in the clinic, to pay the rent, any other miscellaneous fees, and the larger your practice gets, the more money that you could bill per year, but then also the more expenses that you occur every single year as well. And that way the rule of thirds kind of averages out depending on how much money you make. But now that we've gotten that out of the way, I'm going to go back to just reporting the big sexy numbers because I'm pretty sure that's what most of you guys want to hear anyways. And then also the amount of overhead that you do end up paying changes greatly from specialty to specialty. Now coming in at number 4, we have the surgical specialties, which will average approximately $528,000 per year across all of the different surgical specialties. And the reason why I'm choosing to kind of group them all together here is because the surgical specialties on average do tend to bill a lot more than some of the non-surgical specialties. And there's a lot of reasons for this, but in order to prevent my entire top 5 list to be filled with the surgical specialties, we're just going to group them all together. Now there is also a range among these surgical specialties. We have general surgery, which on average will bill about $487,000 per year, all the way up to cardiothoracic surgery, which will bill up to $620,000 per year. But if we do look at general surgery specifically, they are working approximately 70.5 hours per week. So again, if we do our calculations, we're looking at about $144 per hour that a general surgeon will bill. Coming in at number 3, we have gastroenterology, which is actually one of the internal medicine subspecialties. They bill on average about $550,000 per year. Now, gastroenterologists report working about 66 hours per week after you factor in the amount of time that they have allocated for call, which means that when we use our calculations for before, they're billing approximately $174 per hour of their service. Coming in at the number 2 slot, we actually have another internal medicine subspecialty, this time cardiology, which reports an average of $625,000 billed per year. Now, because cardiology ends up reporting that they work for approximately 67 hours per week after you factor in the on-call time, it looks like for their service, they're billing about $194 per hour. And finally, coming in at the number 1 slot, this one's not going to surprise anyone, especially if you've watched some of my videos in this series before. The number 1 highest biller in all of Canada across the different specialties is Ophthalmology, with an approximate billing of $810,000 per year. Now, the really crazy part is that when you look at the amount of hours that the ophthalmologist ends up reporting that they work per week, it was about 55 hours per week after you factor in the in-person on-call time. Now, this means that the ophthalmologist ends up billing $306 per hour. But at the same time, they also report one of the highest overhead costs of about 40%. And yeah, that's going to be the entire list of the top 5 highest paid specialties in Canada on average. But I think one final important point to kind of shoehorn into the end of this video here is what it means to actually report salaries as an average. So as an example, we're going to look at family medicine again, because this is currently the rotation that I'm on in clerkship, and I've actually been able to ask a few in-person questions regarding salaries and things like that. It seems as though the average salary reported for family medicine in this survey was about $308,000. Now, on the one hand, I do know many family doctors that bill a lot less than $308,000. A lot of family doctors that I know that might be working part-time could be billing for about $100,000 to $150,000, all the way up to the other hand, where we see family doctors that in some cases are billing about $1 million or close to $1 million annually. So the potential to be a high earner is still there, even in one of the low earning average specialties like family medicine. But to all of the family medicine doctors that I've seen that are greatly exceeding the average billing, they're putting in crazy amounts of hours, 70, 80-hour weeks or more. So we see that as the salary goes up ahead of the average, they're also working a lot more hours per week ahead of the nationally reported average. In addition, we're also going to see that between the different provinces, the average reported salary for the different physicians is going to change. So here in Ontario, I know we actually have one of the highest average billings in family medicine specifically, but the cost of overhead might also be a little bit higher. So there are going to be many different factors that affect pay depending on where you work, what specialty you're in, and then also how much you're making on average per hour. But yeah, that's going to be the entire video for today. I hope this was helpful. I hope it was able to shed some light on a topic that a lot of people probably don't know too much about. And as I've kind of alluded to before, I do strongly believe that a basic financial education is very important, especially for students that are currently making their way through the process themselves. So if this is something that you guys do want to see me talk about more in the future, or if you want me to actually share some examples with myself as I start making my way up through in terms of paying back student loans and how much I make at different stages in my career, you could always go ahead, let me know in the comment section below if you want to see anything else financially related. But other than that, we will see you guys all in the next one. I'm back in clinic tomorrow, so we'll keep going with the vlogs as well. Talk to you guys soon. Everyone take it easy.